How's it going, guys? Welcome back to TheBlueShifting. Welcome back to Muv-Luv Monday. I apologize for all the delays. I had a friend in town, and I didn't want to do any recording because I wanted to spend time with him. And then I got a real nasty sty, which is effectively an infected, like duct in your eye, which was painful, gave me migraines. It was horrible. And then I had a pretty big crisis and a big life change happen over the weekend. Nothing that warrants me like getting into the details per se. Maybe not, at least not yet. But just know that I've had a very off weekend, and so I just am behind. But I'm getting back into it. I need to have a break, and frankly, we're probably at the end of this like episode in this story, so I don't even think this episode is going to be that long. But last time we were here, we had all this crazy stuff happen. We had like this kind of duke out battle where Renzo like found out his Renzo's like alive, but he's been like brought back as like a effectively a robotic controlled superhuman. And Silvio's just like kind of had to have a strong recollection and realization of like, oh my gosh, like, what do I do? What am I standing for? What am I like, what's the whole purpose of my life if I was trying to emulate this person whom I respected? And it turned out he was here the whole time, and like people knew it. And I have this weird ability that people have been using me for. My entire like life and mission has been a lie. They've been inventing these beta brid like locations in order to get him into position to sniff out individuals who are who have been made sleeper agents with these like enhanced proteins. And so all in all, it just really kind of sucks to be Silvio. I really feel bad for the guy. Like, I feel like I could see myself getting caught up in something like that where I'm genuinely believing I'm doing the best I can to do some good in the world and trying to like, you know, fulfill a mission and a purpose that makes sense and is like, you know, like I'm passionate about, only to find that I was actually just being manipulated the whole time. Like, I imagine if I were, I tend to be kind of mistrustful in general around like strangers, but if like a personal friend, somebody who I like confided in and trusted at all, tried to like pull the wall over my eyes, I would fall for a hook, line, and sinker. It'd be very difficult for me to see the flaws in somebody whom I decided to trust. I don't trust many people, but once I trust them, I tend to trust them for life. So yeah, I feel real bad for Silvio. I wish there was more I could do that, like, I wish there was more that could have been done, but like, hey, he was able to reach into himself and defeat him. And I think the limiter that kind of makes him pass out, I think that was something that's like imposed on him, like a restrictor. I think he's a lot stronger than he realizes, but they didn't want to make him too like capable because they might lose control of him. But it seems like something happened to make that, like maybe Yuko was able to kind of manipulate that. But anyway, we had the grand reveal. Of course, the person leaving the tapes was Mr. Stupid Crazy Dad here. His voice did sound familiar, and I kind of was starting to piece it together. Somebody in the comments accidentally spoiled it for me, but that's because it was pretty obvious. I just wasn't committed to a point where I was like, oh, I theorized it's this person. I was like, there's something off about it, but like I couldn't quite pin it down, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be a different like wrench that was going to be thrown in. I did kind of think that was coming, and then somebody mentioned that, so it's like, oh, well, I'll just keep writing this out. So we're about to get a further explanation now that things are quieted down, and like I said, I'm pretty sure we're about to have the end of this episode, so sit back, relax, and let's jump right in. And here I was wondering when you'd show up, Yoroi. Don't you know it's rude to keep a girl waiting.
Oh,
yeah, I also think that the brain is probably a fake because obviously it has to be. But like, I just didn't actually think that was happening at the time. It was very shocking to see it actually, like, I thought it was going to resist him. I thought it was like going to happen. But then I realized perhaps the idea of it being the fake and also letting things happen this way was to make it so that her enemies would think that the mission had been accomplished, and then they wouldn't be targeting the like Sumika so much. Anyway, let's keep going.
あんた、今一瞬残念そうな顔したわよね。
何をおっしゃいますやら。私は博士の身を案じすぎてご覧のように頬がこけてしまいました。
God, I don't like him. Chief Yoroi, I don't like him. I've never liked him.
もともとじゃないそれ。
ははは。いやいや、皆さんもお怪我がないようで何より。
Oh, I don't know about that. Silvio's been pretty mentally scarred. No one? How about you look this way? I'm barely holding it together. God, this fellow's insufferable. He's just like the guy from the should tapes.
よくぞ光月博士を守ってくれたな。シルバニアファミリー注意。
どうでもいいけど文字数合ってないわよ。
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
いや、さすがは欧州連合情報軍の司法ファルソ。最優秀の歌い文句に偽りはない。はっはっは。いかに君がサイブリッドとはいえ、まさか機械化歩兵を御すとは恐れ入った。しかも、その装着者がサイブリッド。
Oh boy.
嫌われてしまいましたかね。
It's alright, we're in a freaking club now. Silvio could be in the club with me, because we're both fans of the club of the idea that Chief Yoroi sucks!
聞いておいてあげるわ。
Aww. Munakata. She really, got kind of invested in him in his story, huh? Oh, it's the tree! It's the tree! I'm amazed it's actually blooming. That's pretty impressive. It was always dead in Alternative, but that's because of the season.
もう、行くんだな。
Yeah. My mission's over. There's no reason for me to stay here any longer.
そうか。
Before I go, there's some business I need to take care of.
わかってる。私たちは、いや、私はずっと君を騙していたからな。だが、私は詫びも言い訳もしない。それが。
Business.
なんだ
Is he really going for it? I mean, why not at this point? It was your mission? The fact that you managed to deceive me is proof I still have much to learn. That's all there is to it.
シルビオ。
Hmm.
近いぞ。
Tell me. Is this what you really like me to say?
そうだ。
Interesting. I was quite fond of your high society lady act, but right now, you're more radiant than ever before.
まったく。人が真面目な話をしているっていうのに、君は。
I think he's trying to have one too. Thank you, Mise. It's thanks to you I can finally start living my own life.
わからないな。一体何のことだ？
Let me tell you an old story.
おう。
That terrorist, Renzo, and I, we go way back. You could say we were joined at the hip ever since we met at an orphanage. To me, he was the closest thing I had to a big brother.
そうか。
The man was aloof, with a sharp tongue. Asshole used to tease me all the time, and as you'd expect, I ended up crying and getting mad at him all the time. Didn't stop him from always standing up for me, though. He was a real leader, the sort of guy you could depend on no matter what. Kind, too, even though that'd be the last thing he'd ever want to admit. Sounds like somebody you know, doesn't it?
そうだな。
It's funny. They even say the same things. Now that I'm putting it into words, I feel like I've finally realized something. He might have been closer to a father figure than an older brother. All those times he gave me crap for going to church, he wasn't just being a butthole. No, he was urging me to stand on my own 2 feet, to make me stop relying on religion all the time. We went through the same stuff back in Italy. Maybe it's because he was older than me, but the lessons we learned from that and how we chose to face the future were completely at odds. No matter how much I prayed to God, nothing got better. Not like that ever stopped me. Renzo saw through me. He realized I clung to the church and religion not because of faith, but because I was trying to use it as a crutch, as a proxy for the family I lost. That's why he made fun of me. It was his own way of telling me I should move on. Gosh darn it, Renzo. He always knew what really mattered. I understood that, even when I was a little brat. But he'd never delivered a lesson outright, God forbid. He always had to add his snark to it, treating me like a kid in the process. No wonder I stopped listening. I guess I wanted to get some payback for all his pesky nagging and meddling, one way or another. That's why I busted my butt to get assigned to the intelligence corps, just like him, because I knew that'd piss him off. And once we were working together, I never tried to compete with him on a level playing field. Instead, I focused on trying to do things he wouldn't or couldn't.
見返したかったのか？
No, I just wanted him to acknowledge me as an equal, to stop treating me like a kid. Everything I'm telling you right now is stuff I only realized the other day, in the middle of our battle, if you can believe it. It wasn't me just admiring him. Now I know that what I wanted was actually to become like him. Never could bring myself to admit it when we were together, though. I only became aware of it after we got torn apart. And it's all thanks to the way Dr. Kyozuki acted back then. Because she reminded me so much of the Renzo I knew.
だとすれば、私は君に礼を言われる立場ではないね。
I don't think she deserves a thank you, though. That's not quite right. Renzo and the doctor, they sounded so much alike, acted so much alike. That only makes it harder to realize the truth. I didn't understand where they were coming from. I had a vague idea, but in the end, I couldn't grasp what made them tick at all. You remember the story about the friend of yours? The one you told me about at the officer's lounge?
ああ、もちろん。
At the time, it was just what I needed to hear.
その人はそれ以来過去に生きているのよ。
Wasn't she talking about herself there? Like, I might be crossing the wires of like backstories, but isn't that her story?
抜け殻のような思い出にとらわれているだけだって自分でも分かっているのに目を伏せて二度と戻らない痛みや苦しみをごまかすために別の顔を貼り付けて不器用さを器用に振る舞っているの。多分その人は気づいてしまうのが怖いんだと思う。それに気づいたら認めてしまったらその人が過去になってしまうことが。本当は自分を過去にされてしまうことが
It's so
でしょう
amazing.
ね。
It's so amazing because like this is literally the journey that she's going on. Like this is going to help her face her past, and this is the same advice that she ends up passing to Takeru, if you remember. Because she's the one after Operation 21st, and after like Takeru goes through his insanity stuff there, she's the one who kind of like helps him like realize that it's all about like leaving the past in the past, pulling the strength you need from it, and like living in the present, like not like, and not being so vague about the future either, like being focused on like the now and like what you care about and like what's important. Thanks to that story, I could make sense of Dr. Kyosuke's and Renzo's words and find my true purpose. It was easy to put myself in your friend's shoes, the perfect jumping off point to do the same with the doctor and Renzo. A feud with her mother, no possibility of reconciliation, her devotion to her lover. It helped me realize some things about myself that I hadn't even considered before.
そうか。それは何よりだな。なんだ?
Please, you don't expect me to believe you're talking about a friend. Yeah. It's obvious you're telling me about your own past. There's no point pretending anymore. I was being crushed by that unrelenting string of revelations. I was about to accept the hand that Renzo offered. The reason I didn't was because your story made me see the light, so to speak. Guess you and Renzo have something in common too, Misei. You both helped me unravel a web of lies. Thanks to you, I can finally grasp the truth. So I believed you all along. And you know what? It was the right choice. Thank you, Misei. Thanks to you, I'm standing here right now. It's precisely because you wore the mask of another that you could tell me the truth, as if it was the tale that helped me in my time of need. Right, Misei?
参ったな。所詮私は素人の付け焼きは本物の諜報員の目は欺けないということか。
So you say, but a bunch of amateurs have been dancing to their tune all along.
それについて詫びる気はない。だが、礼は言わせてくれ。
What for?
私こそ君に教えられたんだ。 君の戦いをずっと見ていて、もがき苦しむ君が
Aw.
立ち上がる姿を見ていて、
Ooh, this music
思い知ら
is
されたよ。
this music is so good. Like, this might be one of my favorite tracks.
私は何にも背負ってなんかいない。ただすがっているだけなんだってことを。
Yeah, see, this is the lesson she passes on to Takeru.
それを分かっていながら目をそらし続ける愚かさを。私は君に過去を過去にする勇気をもらった。そしてもう一度前に一歩踏み出す決心がついた。
That's wonderful.
君のようにドラスティックには変われないと思う。きっと何度もつまずくだろう。それでも私はもう立ち止まらない。
Hmm.
今はそれが精一杯だ。
That's good enough.
Hmm.
People repeat the same mistakes again and again. There's no denying that. What's important is to hold your head up and keep moving forward. Yeah. Hold your head up and keep moving forward. You might feel like you're going in circles, but eventually you'll find the road that's actually a spiral. The only way to go is up after all those, and after all the way to the heights you're aiming for.
そうだな。
That's cool.
その言葉。
Take the circles you're going in and make them go upward, so you're spiraling up to your goals. It's almost corny, but not quite. It's like really cool. My time here is what made me realize such a simple thing. Dr. Kyozuki and Kasumi. Aww. The Valkyries. Why is she still in the girl outfit? Oh, I guess she does wear that later too, doesn't she? And Sumika. The tragic girl whose name I don't even know. You played a big part, Misei, but I need to thank everyone on the space for teaching me so many individual lessons.
ありがとう、シルビオ。私は君に出会えてよかった。
Me too, Misei. I promise I'll become a man worthy of your affection. And one day, I'll come back and kick out the man who remains in your heart. That was cool. That was a good one.
今まで何人の女にその言葉を口にしたんだ？
None. You're the first.
嘘つくな。
I'm not lying. Not anymore. I'm done wearing a mask. That man is dead and buried. As Silvio Orlandi, this is the first and last time I'm doing this. So now... Oh. Oh. Aww. Aw, that's very sweet. Hang on. Kind of would be this is going to be a terrible thumbnail, but I still think it's the best. It might be one of the best ones. I just love what this is. That's my parting gift for you. You better get ready. Next time I'll finish this.
返り討ちにしてやるさ。
Until that day, don't you die, Misei.
君もな、シルビオ。
Now then, it's time.
そうか。だが、まだ登場時間には早いんじゃないか？
Didn't I tell you? I still have some business to take care of.
え？他にもまだ？
Farewell, Misei. I will be back.
さようなら、シルビオ。
She should have said Matane.
いるんだろ、トウコ。隠れてないで出てきたらどうだ？
Mm.
さすがですわね、ミサイさん。
Of course she's here.
まったく。お前は。それにしてもハラハラしましたわ。ミサイさん、あのまま口づけしてしまうのではないかと。
No, that's not her way.
見損なうな、トウコ。私はそんな半端なことはしないよ。そうでしたわね。 失礼しました。でもミサエさん、意外にまんざらでもないご様子でしたけど。だから言っただろ。私は半端なことはしないよ。
Yeah.
ミサエさん、それはどういう。ミサエさん、まさかその。
Oh, so she's saying, she's like, I wouldn't just, if I'm gonna move, it wouldn't be just a kiss. That's what she's saying. She's just like, if it's like, it's either, it's all or nothing for me.
私も蹴りをつけに行くかな。まあ、ほら。
Yeah. Excuse me for intruding on you like this, Doctor.
へえ、ここを突き止めるなんて意外にやるじゃない。
I was dismissed before yesterday's presentation. Had plenty of time to look around.
なるほど。一つ上の階までのパスはまだ生きているものね。
Of course. Considered the possibility that this might as well be a trap meant to lure me in, but I could never leave Yokohama without at least taking care of my unfinished business first.
律儀ね。命を危険にさらしてまでわざわざそんなことしに来るなんて。それとも。
Not quite. I can't let my guard down around you. That much I've learned in these past few days. I can also tell you're not one to break your promises, though.
ほら、あれだけ騙されたっていうのに、ずいぶん買いかぶってくれるじゃない。
Yeah, don't rub it in. Quite a few, trying to play it down just to make it sound all the more sarcastic, Doctor, as I'm sure you're fully aware. At any rate, I'm not here for something as trivial as farewell, or to remind you of anything. I'm here for answers, Dr. Kyozuki.
答え、ねえ。ま、いずれにしても、あんたがここにたどり着いたのは大したもんよ。伊達じゃないわね。欧州連合情報軍の司法って通りな。
That reputation belongs to a dead man. Let that poor sod rest.
あら、気に障った？
Well, I'll be damned. I guess their fame as the vixen of Yokohama isn't entirely for show either. You've got me, Doctor. Completely.
さあ、何のことかしら？
Let's just come out and say it. You planned this whole affair.
はあ、私と欧州連合がうんぬん？あの時も認めたわよね。あんたのお友達が言ったことはおおむね真実だって。
That's not what I'm talking about.
じゃあ何かしら？
When I saw this floor was completely unscathed, I couldn't help but laugh. To think there's an exact copy of the floor B19 just one level above us. Uh-oh. And the guards rushing in at the last minute. Real nice touch. Made a scenario a whole lot more believable. Quite an elaborate ruse, Doctor. Hats off to you. Smoking out Stagner agents using me? That must have been important, true. But that wasn't the only thing you were after. Your true goal was to lure Renzo to Yokohama. Yeah, I thought so. The idea was to make him destroy the cylinder, then let him feed disinformation into Alternative 5 supporters. As an added bonus, you get to examine and reverse engineer the technology used on Renzo, which leads to her being better capable of creating the Zero. Oh, Unit Zero. That's what so I was right. I said towards the beginning that maybe she's like interested in Silvio because of like leading developments into Unit Zero, but it's going to be the Renzo that's going to be the real linchpin there, since he is pretty much just a brain in a flesh suit. Anything I missed?
そんな面倒なこと、この私が一体何のために？
Well, a little birdie told me Alternative 4 has hit a wall. Now, why would you hold a presentation if you had no progress to show? Simple. It was bait. Bait to lure out Renzo. The man he did take it, and man did he take it. Hook, line, and sinker. I didn't see yesterday's announcement, but if I were a betting man, I'd wager it had to do with the content of your original research. Not exactly a perfect beta brid, mind you, but the next best thing.
いろいろ並べ立ててくれてるけど、その根拠は？
The cornerstones of Alternative 4, namely the brain inside the cylinder, and Cosme with her psychic powers. Both of them are the product of technology derived from the beta. It stands to reason their capability could be further improved by using beta brid technology. That's why you made it easy for Renzo to infiltrate the base, because you wanted to learn how his body worked and reverse engineer it as part of your anti-beta research. You want a mobile container for that brain, a prosthetic body for her, so to speak. That's what you get out of this whole deal. He really did figure it out. You can deny it all you want, Doctor, but I know what's important to you. I know you want to give that girl a chance for revenge just as much as you want to fulfill your own ambitions. It's obvious at this point, but the old me would never have figured it out. I wonder if he might have become a little too dangerous now, though. That could be a bit of a problem, Silvio. Silvio, you probably shouldn't say these things. The more I get to know you, the more I understand just what makes you tick. The Doctor loves this world. She loves dearly what Earth was like before the Beta came, both the good and the bad. And that girl's very existence is a reminder that the world of Beta took away. She's convinced she can make the difference in the never-ending conflict. She can set the world right once again. It's because of this faith that she, and Renzo, can keep moving forward no matter how flawed they are, what obstacles fate throws in their way. Thanks to what I've experienced here, I've finally come to understand that much.
なるほどね。一つ聞いていい？
Oh boy. Shoot.
あんたの推論の根幹にあるあのシリンダー。あれがあんたの言うような代物だとしたら、あんなやすやすと潜在的敵対組織の諜報員、つまり欧州連合のあんたに見せるかしらね。
I think she showed it to him because she wanted them to think it had been destroyed.
それ以前に、いくらあんたを騙すためとはいえ、一介の英士である宗方にその存在を明かすかしら。当然ここ数日で調べたんでしょ？宗方たちのことも。
No intelligence operative worth his salt would let his feelings get in the way of the mission. Of course, I did my research. Their mouths are shut, but going by how they acted, it's more than clear they were made to believe the truth was simply a cover story. You convinced me, say, and the Valkyries that their job was to seduce me. And by weaving your lies into the truth, you even managed to pull the wool over the eyes of the people closest to you. Got everyone dancing to your tune. Absolutely superb. People tend to see what they want to see. It's as simple as that. The truth could be staring them right in the face, but that wouldn't stop any of them from interpreting it in a way that fits their own preconceptions. For example, could a woman captured by the Beta and kept alive in a brain really exist? How about a girl with superhuman abilities created by using genetic manipulation and born in an artificial womb? They may be trained pilots, but it's only natural for them to subconsciously categorize atrocities like this as too far-fetched to be real. It's a type of mental self-defense, not all that different from how I coped with the trauma until a few days ago. I have to thank her properly for opening my eyes. This has been fun, Doctor, but that's enough for me. I'm not here looking for confirmation. There's no need for that. I've come here to leave you with some parting words, that's all.
驚いたわね。あんた、真面目な話、相当実力あるじゃない。
I mean, you nailed it. I'm worried he's gonna die. I've always been the type who can do things when I really try.
気に入ったわ。私のものになる気、ない？
Do it. Take it. Take the offer. I refuse.
あら残念。でも即答したのは感心ね。ますます手駒に欲しいわ。
I'll take that as a compliment.
本物みたいね。いいわ。ついていらっしゃい。
Oh boy. I really think he's gonna die now. Oh, Silvio, no!
さすがにこの部屋のセキュリティは突破できなかったようね。
Yeah. The cylinder from earlier was a dummy. No surprise there.
厳密には初対面だけど、ま、心ゆくまで挨拶なさい。
I'm so glad you're safe. Nice to meet you. My name's Orlandi. Silvio Orlandi. I'm sure this is going to sound weird considering we've never actually met before, but I want to apologize. I presume we're alike, and I could empathize with you, but nothing could be further from the truth. Simply put, what you went through is leagues beyond anything I've ever experienced. I hope you could forgive me. But all's well that ends well. This may sound like some half-assed attempt to justify my actions, but it's because I finally faced myself and I could accept reality and move on. It's all thanks to you, Misei, Dr. Kyozuki, even Renzo, my friend who just tried to kill you. I realized I was just an empty shell. I might not be much, but I want to say thank you, whoever you are. You saved me, and I will never be able to repay that debt. That won't stop me from trying, though. Just like how you gave me a future, I will do whatever I can to bring the future they stole from you. Maybe not today, or tomorrow, but I will do it. That's a promise. Aw, Kazumi's like, oh, that was very sweet. I wonder if she actually passed that on.
どう？気は済んだ？
Yeah, thank you.
あら、怒ってるんだと思ったけど。
I'd be lying if I said it wasn't, but I need to keep my temper under control. How humiliating it must be as long as it benefits the fight, I'll gladly put my personal feelings aside. Tell me, Doctor, how is Renzo?
容体は安定してるから検査開始は時間の問題。ただ、尋問はもう無理ね。ここ数日であの日以前の記憶が消えたから。
What? He lost his memory again?
指向性タンパクが仕掛けられていたのよ。この子の破壊を起動キーとする。ま、私の演技がそれを信じさせるに足るものだったってことだけどね。
Those proteins are real annoying. I can't believe it.
多分彼、任務を達成するたびに記憶を消されてたんでしょうね。
Oh man. That's why he clung to his faith so ardently. Why he cared so much about the future, because in the end, that's all he had. What a wretched existence.
安心なさい。それでも人格再生の成功確率は変わらないから。やれるだけのことはやるわ。
Please.
じゃあ、こっちからも質問。体の調子はあれからどんな感じ？ダメージ回復。
Did I
い
catch
つもよ
it?
り早くなかった？
Did I get it? From what I recall, I suffered enough damage to be out of commission for the whole 10 days, but it didn't take anywhere near that long, and now that you mention it, I do feel like I've recovered much faster than normal. Then again, it's not like I have a baseline to compare against. I've never suffered such extensive damage before.
うまくいったみたいね。試作でこれなら期待できるわ。
So she gave him upgrades. Wait a minute. What do you mean? Don't tell me you...
あんたが寝てる間に、ちょっとカーボニックアクチュエーターを乾燥したのよ。
Never mind, I just upgraded you. Are you kidding me? It's not that big of a deal. What the F?
だから、あの子の体に使う予定の試作品よ。かなり寝過ごした日があったでしょ？あの時よ。
Wait, her reasoning is like, well, I wasn't gonna use it on I wasn't gonna use untested equipment. You were handy. I might as well. You mean that day? No way. Doctor, are you saying you modified my body without my permission?
いやーね、改造じゃなくて乾燥よ。しかも最新の超光学パーツを気前よく進呈したのよ。
Oh gosh.
防御力もパワーも自己修復力も上がって、そのおかげでお友達に勝てたんだから、いいじゃない。
So that's why my body felt so light and powerful.
そうよ。物理的な原因や理由もなく、泣いたり叫んだりするだけでパワーアップするなんてあるわけないから。それこそオカルトよ、オカルト。
I was kind of right. I didn't realize like she had literally taken pieces out and put new stuff in. I just thought she'd simply removed inhibitors that were placed to keep him in check. This somehow is even better. Well, I guess things would turn out all right in the end. But Christ, you really can't let your guard down around this woman. No, you cannot. You've learned a good lesson here. So, and please tell me if I understand this correctly, you used me as a test bed of sorts? I mean, if I was helping out the girl somehow, I can't really complain.
まあ、ある意味ね。どうやってもあそこであんたが殴り倒される流れになるから、せめて死なないようにって配慮。
Yeah, I kind of get the feeling that his friend wouldn't have actually helped him escape. He pretty much just wanted to kill him.
でも、あんたが予想外に頑張ったおかげで、結果的にいい実践テストになったってわけ。
Oh, there you go.
耐久性は乾燥した瞬間に備わるけど、超圧出力のてっぺん出すには時間がかかるから。まあ、あの時気絶して再起動したようなものね。
That explains why he was struggling at first. Well, I'm happy as long as it helped her, even if it's just a little.
ええ、貢献しまくりよ。私の研究成果は誰かさんたちに必ず狙われる。今回の事件がそれを証明した。
Fair.
だから、試作パーツに乾燥した旧式の単体戦闘能力で、相手の最新型を圧倒したことは悪い結果じゃない。
Mm-hmm. Was me beating Renzo part of your plan?
好きにとってくれていいわ。ま、お互いこういう世界で生きてると、裏の裏まで考えるのは普通。
AKA...
わかるでしょ？
Sorry. Dr. Kozuki. AKA, it wasn't part of the plan, but she likes to play fast and loose with these things. Ultimately, it didn't matter who won. She had a plan. If Renzo had won, she would have dealt with him too. I believe you missed your true calling, Doctor. You fit right in with the intelligence community.
いやーよ、そんな堅苦しそうなの。ただでさえ副司令とか言われてうんざりしてるのに。
Yeah.
だからこそ、あんたみたいに便利な手駒が欲しいんだけどね。
Come on, Silvio. Come on. She's been manipulating you, yes, but she at least admitted to it. Unlike all your other friends in intelligence. Come on, man, just join. I'm not planning on becoming your underling. I told you as much.
はいはい、わかってるわよ。
He should have. That being said, my actions can help to regain her future. I would gladly risk my life without a second thought. Whatever your real objective was at the time doesn't change the fact that I was the one who asked you to return Renzo's memories. And I know making your own choices has consequences. You can't have the cake and eat it too. But there's a battle out there that I still have to fight. I'm sure it'll play no small part in getting her future back. Plus, I can help you take revenge while I'm at it.
ついて、ね。で、あんたの戦いって?
Yeah, what is your battle? To destroy whoever's taking advantage of this war against the Beta to prey upon others, once and for all. Whether it's the UN, the EU, Allegiance, or Alternative 5 supporters, I'll dispose of them all the same. This time, I made the decision myself. This is my battle. I'm done making excuses. My abilities might have been the result of inhuman experiments and forced sacrifices of many, but I'm willing to accept all that means if it means I can protect humanity until I draw my last breath. I have a proposal, Dr. Kyozuki. Let's work together, as equal partners.
いいわよ。ただし条件が2つある。
Okay. An immediate agreement, but with conditions attached? She probably saw this coming.
まず、どれだけ苦労したか知らないけど、世界のすべてを見てきたような気にならないことね。
Fair.
次に、反動で極端に触れないこと。怒りや悲しみで戦わないって言ってたけど、人間感情をなくしたらベータと同じだから。
Ooh.
以上よ。
Killing off your emotions makes you no different from the Beta. Another lesson that Takeru has to learn too. What's with her all of a sudden? She almost sounds like our teacher back at the orphanage. Now that's a side of her I didn't expect to see. Okay, I'll bear it in mind.
じゃあ商談成立。それにしても、かなりめんどくさい男ね。あんたって。
Sure. Seems we have that in common. Here's to a successful partnership.
じゃあ、固めの杯代わりにいい情報を教えてあげるわ。
Oh, what could this be? I'm all ears.
アラスカの国連軍基地を標的とした標準派の大規模テロが2、3日中に発生するわよ。
Wait. UN base in Alaska. That's the one that's the total eclipse, right? What? Yeah, UN base in Alaska. That's got to be the Yukon, the HQ of the EU-backed Project Prominence. Is Alternative 5 trying to shut down Project Prominence?
まあ、本当の狙いは別でしょうね。だけどこの情報、少なくともあんたの上は知ってるはずだけど。
I think this is a direct reference to that. Intelligence Corps headquarters knows about this? Something's off here. If headquarters had been aware of this, why wasn't I informed? My mission's over, so this can't be the reason.
第5計画推進派と揉めたくない官僚たちが、厄介払いにあんたをこっちに回したってことじゃないの？私のオファーはさぞ渡りに船だったでしょうね。
Wait. If Dr. Kyozuki knew about the upcoming attack, there's no way she wouldn't have used it as part of her plan. Now it all comes together. You rushed the presentation because the terrorists were tied up elsewhere, didn't you?
さあ。
Allegiance is backing Alternative 5, but they're not the nation state. They're not a nation state. Unlike a powerful country, they lack the means and resources to deploy their troops on a global scale. Now that their main force is stationed in Yukon, they can't spare any more men for Yokohama, even knowing their plan failed. Not that it makes the base any less of a target. Whatever they intend to do, they'll try to cause the most damage possible, using as little personnel as they can get away with. But the timing is all wrong. Suppose Alternative 4 and Project Prominence suffer terrorist attacks at the same time. People would surely suspect involvement from Alternative 5's backers, and the plan would be subject to intense scrutiny. That must be why Renzo didn't go after the doctor. It would have created too much of a fuss. For their plans to succeed, destroying the backbone of Alternative 4 was more than enough. Dr. Kyozuki, you really were miles ahead of the game. She's the toughest opponent you could ever face, and she's strongest ally you could ever hope for.
で、どうする？
Yeah. Rest until my injuries are fully healed for starters.
いいわよ。こっちの準備はすべて整ってる。HSST も待機中。いつでも飛ばせるわ。
Alright. You're awfully well prepared. Looks like I got her on my side. A Faustian bargain if there ever was one. Yeah. But since the ends justify the means, I have to accept partnering with the devil.
だったら急いだ方がいい。
Yeah, I know. You jerk. Yeah, I know. Huh? That guy again? I didn't notice him at all. How the heck did he do that?
たった今、ユーコン一帯はかなりきな臭くなってきたという情報が入った。
Right.
偽造 ID や通信機など、君の行動に必要なものは全て機内に揃えてある。遠慮なく使いたまえ。
Leave it to me. Kasumi, I want to thank you as well, but let's save that for next time after I get back.
バイ。バイ。
No, not today.
中央滑走路の14番ゲートよ。急ぎなさい。
One last thing, Doctor. You still haven't told me about the mastermind behind all this. Make sure you've got the answer ready next time I pay you a visit. Off he runs. I wonder if in Total Eclipse you realize, like, what happens to him. Some say the world may be hell itself. Let's just say the last judgment has come upon us. But they're both wrong. The world is neither heaven nor hell. Nobody will bring judgment. It's only us in this cruel world. No divine power to deliver us from the beta. No host of angels to lead us to victory. It's all on us to create a better tomorrow. Only humanity can save itself. Amen. And for the sake of that goal, I need to accept reality and keep fighting from here on. This is my battle. Absolutely right. Only humanity can save itself.
Yeah, 言ってしまいましたね。
ちょっと。あんたね、いつからここにいたのよ。
はて、昨日から。いや、先ほどからでしたか。
Yoroi is really, he's literally my least favorite character.
別にいいけど。
Like, he's like close to like 4 degrees Celsius levels of hatred for me.
それにしても、よほどあの若者が気に入ったようですね、光月博士。あなたが確証もなしに、あのように約束めいたことを口にするとは。失われた記憶や人格の回復など、本当に可能なのですか？
No, not at all.
あの時あんたもモニターしてたでしょ？いくらあいつの怪獣が目的だとしても、あのテロリストの話の長さとしつこさは異常よ。
Ah.
ほう。その心は
There was something in him that was still there.
あれは潜在自我と断片化された記憶が残っている証拠。あのレンツォーとかいう男も上書きされた人格と戦っていたのよ。
I could see that.
つまり、あれはあの男のオルランディ注意を殺したくないという潜在意志が引き起こした状況だと？
それだけじゃないわ。多分、あいつに懇願してたのよ。
Aww.
懇願。
お前の手で殺してほしい。この苦しみから解放してほしいってね。
なるほど。では、なぜ彼にそれを教えてあげなかったのです？
今のあいつにとって、あの出来事はもう過去。
Very good. Go, man, go!
すべてを背負う覚悟を極めた男にあれこれ言うほど、野暮じゃないわ。
Man, what a bro.
ところで光月博士。
何よ。
私は彼に嫌われていました。
No one is! What a good story. Man, I do hope we get to see more about him. It'd be really cool if this is like a prelude into Total Eclipse, because I haven't played it yet, and I only watched the first couple episodes of the anime, so I don't know that much about what happens in it. So it'd be really neat for me to go into it and be like, there's Silvio! I hope that happens. Don't tell me if that happens, please. I want to be surprised, because I'm gonna play it. I mean, because right now the order's gonna be the day after series, and then Total Eclipse. and then whatever else happens to come out, if anything. But yeah, fetch. So this was longer than I thought, but it was good. I'm glad we got to the ending properly here, and I'm also really excited just because, again, this on the surface, like a lot of Muv-Luv stories, seems to be just a big fanfic, like full of like, you know, fan servicey stuff, but there was like genuine plot, intrigue, interesting things, a really dynamic emotional conclusion, and really wise like words. Why is a series that's so focused on ecchi so good at being so philosophical too? It's amazing. Again, why is this series so good? Because of that, baby. I just hope the anime lives up to what it needs to be. I hear a lot of people aren't very happy about a lot of things going on right now, but I'm kind of out of the loop because I want to just enjoy the series for now and then like dive into like the drama maybe later. But excuse me. Yeah, it's also fun. But I'm very grateful for all the really good stuff. I'm glad that we have this here, and I think out of everything in this one, Altered Fable, of course, is going to take like the crown of like my favorite thing in this game. But I'm very happy with this one as well. This has been a blast. So good. And the music's just bumping too. But yeah, like, we still have more Muv-Luv to go. So much Muv-Luv! And what a time for it too. Like, this is the time for Muv-Luv. It's awesome. But yeah, I'm grateful to be able to do this, and it's kind of crazy because like, this is the end of this one, Photonmelodies. This is the finale, because like, I'm gonna double check, but I'm pretty sure there's nothing else on this. And that means we could have a rap party next week, and that means the week after that, we're starting the next Muv-Luv. Craziness. I'm very excited though. I needed this a lot. Thank you to the Muv-Luv English localization team. Always good to have you all. Evan Ward, I'm sad you're not working with him anymore, but I follow him on Twitter now. He's done some other projects too. I think he just recently translated a light novel. So yeah, keep following him. He's got a Twitter account. He hasn't been like super active, but he's starting to get back into things, and it's just good to know because he's done such a good job. He and the other translators, I think, did such a great like work with a lot of these translations. Some of them have been less like accurate, but like that one, for instance, was pretty much perfect. I mean, as far as I could tell. Again, I don't know much Japanese, but I felt like the meaning came through very clearly of what was happening. So it was very, very nice. Now, see if there's an after credit scene. Like Marvel, Muv-Luv is just the king of these. Come on. The following information is classified top secret. Clearance authorization level 7.
Silvio Orlandi, 欧州連合情報軍注意、コードネームフェニーチェ。死と絶望の奈落から蘇った奇跡の男。極秘強襲作戦中の機体損傷。その後、ベータの襲撃により左腕、両足、左目を失う。一命を取り留めたオルランディは友の意志を継ぐことを決意。欧州連合の少尉軍人再戦力化プログラムサイブリッド計画の被験体に志願。人体強化改造手術を受け、オルタネイティブ4の技術で強化される。その総額900万ユーロ。
I think we already saw this. This was the
左目に
intro.
は多目的オプチカルセンサーを移植。骨格はハイパーセラミック。筋肉はカーボニックアクチュエーター。強化コンクリートを砕き、20メートルの壁を飛び越え、瞬間最大時速120キロで疾走する。900万ユーロの男、サイブリッド。
Yeah, I guess that was it. I was hoping we'd have a little bit of insight of what happens when he gets to Alaska, but hey, I'm sure we'll find out more, or at least get hints about it later. Yeah. All right. Achievement unlocked until we meet again. I believe that's the whole, like, you finished it, so let's go to the menu. Yep. Altered Fable, Resurrection, Adoration, and then this is just the information. We're done. Now, there's a lot of extra stuff to cover in Altered Fable. I've got a week to try and go through some of it. I think I'm going to commit to finishing the Maya route and the, oh gosh, I can't think of her name right now. Blue hair girl. Come on, come on. Oh, I know this. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to do at least those routes before I do the rap party. But yeah, so I'm going to try and do more as well, but we'll have to see. But yeah, I want to be able to talk about them and compare them. But I really was happy with the Yua. My brain is just frazzled. I'm very happy with how that turned out. Resurrection, Adoration, they were fantastic, all of these. I think between Photon Flowers and Photon Melodies definitely takes the crown. Absolutely the best. But we'll talk a lot more about that next week, because that's what I'm going to be doing. We're going to be talking about Photon Flowers and Photon Melodies, so please keep it out for that. It'll be a live stream on Monday evening, so probably around the time this is going live right now. Like, if you watch this when it goes live, it's going to be like around 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, which I think is 200 hours GMT, I think. Yeah, I think it's 200 GMT, but it'll be posted. And also, if you watch the channel, like when it goes and saying like, hey, there's gonna be a live event, it'll like let you can like click like a notification, like a reminder, and it'll just automatically like send you an alert when I'm about to go live. So yeah, just keep that in mind. But yeah, this has been a blast. This has been so much fun. I think this collection was just wonderful. But now I know for a fact that in the day after, it's going to be a lot more serious, because it's very much it's the an unlimited timeline, I believe, continuation of. So it's going to be a lot more grim. It's going to have its fun moments, of course. It's Muv-Luv, but like it's going to be more like an alternative playthrough. So just buckle up for that. But yeah, I'm excited for all of this. I'm excited to be able to share these adventures with you as always. It's a pleasure being able to share this every single step of the way. I love you fabulous people. You guys are simply the best. And the patrons who are continuing to support me, like, you blow me away with that direct support. It means the world to me. I might do some changes in the near future of the channel. I want to try and just make improvements whenever I can. And every once in a while, it just kind of occurs to me, like, I should try shaking things up a little bit. Nothing too major, but keep an eye out for it. I've had a very tumultuous, like, past month, and I've got to make a lot of life changes now. So we'll see how that affects the schedule with everything here. But I would say, for channel content-wise, it's good news, not bad news. So I hope you guys will keep sticking around and look for some more exciting stuff on the horizon. But thank you guys so much, and until the next video watching me up, see me next. I'll see you there.